Hello, welcome back to a new episode of Geektopia Island, where this is new Kevin's Creations. Or for today's thing, I'm Duncan McLeod.
And I'm Kruger.
There can only be one, so if that's any reference, if y'all understand it, it's from the Highlander series. And, well, today we're bringing you an AU deck, so we're playing only one-ofs.
Oh, yes. So, brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a little bit.
It's going to be a bit, and it's going to be epic, but
yeah.
We'll see what happens. We're going to just go through it as best we can and just show you the funness that you can have with AU, because she does some wild stuff.
Oh, yes. Now with this Lunar Swordswoman here, it looks like at the beginning of your game you draw a card.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice.
So after you mulligan, before the game starts though, so like you do your whole 5 and then you mulligan, and once you're set, before they go or before you go, whoever wins, you draw an extra card.
Which is super nice at the beginning.
And she has Energize and she Judgments for 2. So I mean it's pretty simple, pretty easy on the front side.
Yep.
When she Judgments, she turns into a 10/10. She has Imperishable to begin with, so I mean that's awesome already.
Yeah, for 2 mana to flip to Imperishable dude for 10/10.
And when she comes into play on her backside, you go search for a Soul Resonator, and that's like the backbone of this deck.
Okay.
You go get a Soul Resonator and put in your hand. You can discard a Soul to give her +5/+5 flying and first strike for the turn.
Nice.
And it's open-ended, so you can do it as many times as you have souls in your hand. So you're just like, discard this, things happen. Discard this, things happen. And then her last one is a God's Art, which is 0. And you name a card, you flip over cards until you get to that name card, and then everything else that is there is removed from the game.
Nice. So anytime you're like, well, if I only had this one card, I'd beat you. Well, now you can actually do that.
Yeah, now you can say you can do that. And it's a chance, because the few times I've played it, I've gone to like 5 cards left in the deck, and I'm just like, oh god, let's hope I get there.
Yeah, let's hope I win this turn. It's awesome.
But, I mean, it's super fun. She's very combo-y, so if you like combo decks, this is definitely a deck for you.
Yeah.
Mine's more toolboxy than anything. I got all kinds of... It's a little higher up in the mana curve, but it's what I like to play. I like to play big creatures, big dudes, so...
Big dudes and swing. And also has the Q combos, as you'll see, by grabbing the souls back from the graveyard and pumping her up more.
There's all kinds of synergy in this deck, and you can make it however you want. But the only rule is, with her front side and her back side, is you have to have one of any card.
Yep,
that's the only rule. Is that you have to be at 1 of each card you play. Minus the lands don't count, but like your main deck has to be one-ofs.
Yeah. And with that, let's go ahead and jump in with our souls here. We'll start first. The first one is a little spirit bug here. He is a 1-drop dude, 1/1 attack and defense. He has swiftness, and when he enters the field, you draw a card.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple.
Pretty good.
Just little dude.
Yep.
You can do him turn 1, be like, pow! Or you can just keep him to discard for +5/+5, which is pretty hot.
Yeah, not too bad.
The next spirit we got is the Valor's Tiger Spirit. It's the big 5-drop spirit that she has. It's got precision. It's a 12/12. And when you discard it, you give a J-Root Resonator precision. And it costs 1 less if your ruler is AU. So, I mean, it could be a 12/12 for 4 with precision. And when you discard it, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be AU that gets the precision. You can discard it and give one of your other creatures precision if you need. So you can be like, I'm going to kill that dude with this and then swing with AU.
Yeah, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Alright, and the next soul we have here is Sleepy Cat Spirit. He's just a 2-drop 4/6, and he has Barrier, which I always love.
Yeah, I mean...
Can't target this little sleepy cat.
Yeah, it's a little sleepy cat. He's just chilling.
Yep.
Just let him chill. We got the next one that's bigger is the Wiseful Samurai Spirit. He's a 10/8 for 4. He as well has discard him and things happen. When you discard him, you give something Pierce. And he as well costs 1 less as long as they use your ruler. So most of the spirits are going to be better with AU. That's their whole purpose.
Yeah. And that's why she's able to search for them to be able to use them for their utility. As you said, like toolboxy.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean spirits. That's soul.
Yeah. The next soul that we have is a Soaring Falcon Spirit. The creature is soul, but they're in spirits in the name all the time. So
yeah.
4-drop 8/8 flying, and whenever it attacks, rest target resonator. Right. So it removes that blocker.
Hey, what else do you need?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
Or you can force something to tap so you can attack it if you need to kill it.
Yep.
The next one is a Misty Dragon Spirit. This dude, hands down, one of the best spirits they've made, or best souls.
And he looks super awesome.
He's ridiculous. He's a 9/9 for 4 with flying. He's got fire breathing, so you can pay 0, and he gets +1/+1 for each time you pay. Sorry, take that back. Pay 1, fire breathing. As long as your ruler is AU, he gets +1/+1 for each mana you sink into it. His 0 ability is you blink him out of the game and bring him back at the end of turn. So he's super hard to kill, and you can always have a blocker.
Yeah.
Constantly. So you're like, swing 9, pay 0, bring him back.
And then you have extra stones there to wait to tap when they attack. And you're like, well, I'm going to block here.
And his other thing is when you discard it from your hand to AU, you give something flying. Yeah. So you're like, this dude needs to get by, I'm going to give him flying. He's just really, really strong.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And like I said, the art's super awesome.
Yeah.
All right. The next soul that we have here is a little elf, grieving elf spirit. Now this one will help you with the combo of discarding the other souls. 4/5, but when enters the battlefield, you go search for another soul resonator in your graveyard and put it to your hand. That's not her, but of course you only have 1 copy, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean you get any soul back that you need. So if you early game needed to discard Misty to do something, you can get it back and be like, cool, Misty, I'm gonna beat you with a dragon.
Yep.
It's just what the deck does. Plays lots of souls. I don't have. There's a couple more. I think these are the main ones that I wanted to use. This deck is all just give and take of what you want, but
exactly. With only having 1 of certain cards, you can just pick and choose what souls and that you would like.
From that's all the souls that I use. We'll move into the other creatures that support the deck. First off, we got Melfi. I mean, it's a 5-color deck because it's what it does. You're playing one-ofs, so might as well. Come into play, if it's Torrent, you prevent the next damage dealt by something. And she's got quick cast and adds mana. It's a mana dork that can... No, don't deal damage.
Yep.
It's good.
Swing and kill a dude and be like, nope, my dude lives, right?
Yeah.
It's all good. Now this one, of course, is a deck favorite of everyone's here. It's Tia's White Falcon. 1-drop 2/2. Whenever it swings, it can ping something for 2 damage. And if you control Tia, and it gains swiftness, so not too bad.
Next up, we got Grim, the Pitch Black Vampire. He's there for... he's a 9/9 for 4 with Flying Mans. And he's there to bring back something from your graveyard.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can keep comboing with souls if you need to. If you still haven't got there with it, you can just bring back a soul and discard him again. And then he also has the ability to make their dudes smaller by lessening them with 2 mana.
Heck yeah. And the next one here is Tia. Of course, we already just saw her White Falcon. What else does she bring to the table?
Well, she's a 9/9 for 4. She comes into play. You go search up her Falcon and put it in your hand. Also, when she comes into play, you can give a debuff to something, and when it gets dealt damage, it dies. The next time it gets dealt damage this turn, it's dead.
Nice.
And then her last ability is pay 6 and deal 10 to target player. I mean, she can end the game for you if you need her to.
The extra reach just in case.
Yeah, and she goes and gets you a dude. Like, it's really good. Yeah. Anything in this deck that can search for something else is pretty strong.
So even with a AU, you pay 0 to go find her player, and then hopefully next turn be able to 10 damage.
Yeah.
Have that.
The next dude we got is it's in every aggro deck ever right now is Sylvia, Blade of the Supreme King.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 6/6 for 2 that makes something not block, and it has swiftness.
Extremely hot.
What more do you want from an aggro dude?
Right.
You don't block, you take 6. It's super good.
Yeah. Really quick. The next one is Freya, of course. What does this 4-drop have for us?
It's Ultimate Swordsman Faria. She's a 9/9 for 4. And she prevents damage dealt to you for the next the first damage dealt to you, and she prevents the first damage dealt to her. I've won plenty of games off of her back because I judgmented and then I God's Arted for her, and my opponent couldn't answer her, so I got to win.
That's pretty awesome right there.
She's just good.
And for 4 mana, that's a pretty good ability.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The next one we got is Mystia, Manager of the Treasury. She's a really cute addition to this deck just for the simple fact that when she comes into play, you search for a treasure item and put it in your hand. And then when she dies, you can put a treasury 3 or less from your hand into play. And she's a 5/5 for 3, and she's real good with Kaguya. And in this, she's good because AU uses a lot of the Kaguya treasury items, and she has some of her own that she brings.
Which is super hot. We'll definitely get to that soon enough. The next one, of course, is Blazing Gill, another returning creature. 9/9 comes into play, destroy target J-Roller, which is just really good.
Yeah, I caught someone off guard last week when I played because he was playing Panda Man, and I was just like, "Nah, I'm done with Tigers. Kill him."
Just get rid of him.
He was like, "Wait, what? Huh?" I mean, it's a one-of, so I can just go search him up if I need to kill the ruler.
Exactly.
Next, we got Sprinting Flame Horse. It's another aggro card. Inheritance is for 1 red. Target J Resonator gets +2/+2 in swiftness. So, I mean, the turn I need to... If I can have the combo to kill you in hand with souls, I'm just like, AU gets swiftness. Yep. Discard, discard, discard. You're dead.
Yeah, just get it over with there. Now...
we got a couple more creatures to go through.
Yep.
I run Lumia, Sealed in the Frozen Casket. It's the 3-drop. The Shift Lumia. She's a 0/10. Shifts for 5. And when she shifts, you get a chant back from your graveyard to your hand, and you go back to 40 life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you get to that late game, then that's good for you. But
you can get there. And with the stones that we have, it's pretty easy to get that 5 mana real quick.
The next one we got is Frigg. She's just the 5 mana, get 3 things back from the graveyard.
Yeah.
Chant, a Resonator, and an Addition.
So get your souls back.
If you're going late game, she's there to help you out.
Yeah.
And the other one is Valentina, the Crumbling Illusion. She's also there for the late game, but in this deck she's much simpler to get out early because she costs 7, but she costs 1 less colorless for each creature in your graveyard.
Oh yeah. And since we have a lot of low casting creatures or souls.
Yeah, and you're already going to be discarding two AU, so it fuels her. And when she comes into play, when she's in play at the end of turn, you get at the beginning of your turn, you get a Resonator from your graveyard to your field.
Yeah, that's a very good utility right
So
there.
you're just like, oh, that big tiger I got rid of earlier, it's now in field.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
That's all the creatures we have for the deck.
We'll go through all the spells, of course. The first one is Final Battle. X spell. You may pay 2 life rather than 1 for X times for this card. And J Resonators your opponent's control gain -X until end of turn. Extremely good just board wipe.
Yeah. You may have to God's Art for that a couple times too. Who knows? Just depends on what your game goes like. Next one we got is Millennia Bond. It is blue and green for a quick cast. You can do both if you have a blue Resonator and a green Resonator, but most likely you're going to choose one. And you either get to cancel target chant and draw a card, or put a treasury into the field that's 3 or less from your hand.
Okay.
So it helps you out either way. So if you need something that you don't want happening,
you
can say no, or you can just be like, and free treasury item.
Nice. For a very cheap cost right there.
Yeah.
Next spell. Summon the Memorial. 1 blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put a card among them into your hand, and put the rest in the bottom of your deck. Super good for 1 blue.
Yeah. Just getting through your deck, seeing what you get.
Get all the options.
Next up is Magic Crest of Darkness, and it's one of the newer cards, and it comes into play and puts a Resonator from your graveyard into your hand. So
super
late
good.
Game, you get a dude back. That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for.
As you can tell, he perfectly made this for all the souls being discarded.
Uh-huh.
One of my new favorites, of course, Spinning Aqua Soul. 1 blue quick cast. Go get a chant from the graveyard to your hand. Simple as that.
And we have lots of chants in this deck, so you're going to get them back.
Chance that go search for more stuff for you to get whatever you need.
Yep. Next up is Amanarasu's Foresight. It's a fog effect. Like, prevent all damage dealt by J Resonators this turn. No.
Yeah.
It's quick cast. Don't hit me. Thanks.
Like, let me go search for that thing real quick. Done.
Yeah.
Next one is Shayla's Return. 1 blue. Quick cast, of course. Return target Resonator with total cost 4 less the owner's hand. Done.
That's good for you. It's good for them. You can bounce something back to get a use out of it again. So, I mean, if you need to bounce Grim back to your hand, you get another use. If you need to bounce Tia, you can do that. It's whatever you need to bounce. Or if you need to get their dude out of your way.
Yeah, if they try to temple out, you just, tell them no.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Next up is Lumia's Judgment. It's one of my favorite cards of this whole game because it's a board reset. Red, white, X. Remove all X and under from the game that are non-J ruler cards.
Yeah.
Non-Magic Stone, non-J ruler cards. So everything X and under, get out of my game.
Just get out of there. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The first treasure item that we have here is Special Power Medicine. 1 blue for a great effect. The J ruler gets +2/+2, and if it's AU here, under your control, put the top card of your Magic Stone deck onto the field. So it ramps you, and she gets bigger.
Yep. It's super good when you Judgment because you just get free stone and she's bigger.
Yeah, she's a 12/12 imperishable.
Yeah, all day. That. Sign up. Next one we got is Charlotte's Water Transformation Magic. It's bear magic. Yeah. Like, make that dude a bear. And it's got Remnant. Anything with Remnant is automatically going to be better in this deck because you get to play it twice. So, I mean, you get 2 spells of the same 1 card. So,
sounds pretty awesome. Another special card for her, AU Sword Strike. 1 blue, quick cast, and it's very, very powerful. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. If none of them share the same name, because of course you can't, destroy a target resonator. Put the reveal cards at the bottom of the deck in any order.
Yeah.
Just 1 blue quick cast, get rid of that guy.
Yeah, 1 mana kill a dude all day long.
Even care.
Next we got a couple Pictorial Scrolls. Kaguya's Pictorial Scroll is comes into play, removes the top 3 of your deck. As long as they stay removed by this, you can play them. You still have to cast them, but it gives you 3 extra cards. I mean, that's its whole purpose in the deck. And it's a treasure item, so you can drop it for free off of Millennia Bond or Mystia.
Exactly. And if you ever want to play 2 copies of something, finally, then you just do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get 2 copies of the same thing on the deck.
Yeah. The other Pictorial Scroll I have in here is AU's Pictorial Scroll. It is also a treasury item. It's 2 mana, and you reveal the top card of your deck. Yeah. If it's a creature 5 or under, put it in play.
Nice.
And it's only because it's AU. Otherwise, it's a 3 and under creature. But since I'm playing AU, I get a 5 and under.
And I do believe that hits every creature you have, correct?
Yeah, it hits every creature that I do have in the deck. Well, minus Valentina.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, the next one, of course, the cute little Keys' Call here. 1 blue quick cast. Cancel target automatic ability of a resonator. Draw a card. Yeah. Just, you know this cute little dolphin.
Yeah, little dolphin that says no in cantrips.
Yep.
It's good. Next treasure item I have is a Duplication Mirror. I love clone effects. I always have. And this one takes and clones anything in play that's not in ruler and not a magic stone. So you're just like, I want that. It's mine. Or if you need more power, you can be like, I want 2 Sylvias. And 2 dudes can't block this turn. Duplication Mirror, in my opinion, is one of the better cards in the set because this is a clone. Like, give me that.
Exactly, and hopefully you'll always be playing an opponent with powerful spells and creatures. So you're like, yeah, I'll take that this time.
Yeah,
I'll be that guy. And the next one, everyone's favorite card, Crimson Ray, 1 red, 1 white, quick cast, deals 6 damage to target player or J resonator. You gain 6 life.
Yeah,
we've talked about this every deck. It's super good.
It's just too good to not use.
Yeah.
Like, really.
If you're running 5 colors, might as well.
Next card I got is Dark Revolution. It's one of the more fun cards I have in the deck because it's not really necessary, but I mean it's pay forward, put a dude back from your graveyard into the field. So I mean things you discard you can put back into play. It just synergizes real well with the deck the way it works. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to use it.
Nice. Next one, Freya's Summoning. 1 green, 1 white. Quick cast. Search your deck for a resonator. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. And Torrent. Recover up to 1 target magic stone.
So if you play 2 cards this turn, you get to search for a dude and put a stone up. So you get a free stone.
Yeah, and you see a lot of the spells cost 1, so you're going to always, hopefully...
Yeah. Most of the spells in this deck have quick cast, and most of them are cost 1 or under. Or like 3 and under. So it's going to be pretty simple to do Torrent.
Nice.
Another spell we got is Shayla's Foresight. It's the 2 mana quick cast, the mermaid spell. Most of the time I'm going to choose to shuffle my graveyard in because you're going to be going pretty ham with discarding stuff and losing your dudes. But you can put an attacker on top of the deck. You can put an addition on top of the deck. So I mean, one thing I have done is you can play a Pictorial Scroll. You hit a 5-drop. into turn, I'm gonna put it back on my deck so I get it again and hit another 5-drop. Or the last one, if you need to, you can just be like, I'm gonna draw an extra card because I want to draw a card.
Yeah, exactly. Now with Kaguya's Moonbeam Butterfly, green, white, X, super good. Search your deck for a Resonator or Addition, total cost X plus 1 or less, and put it in the field, then shuffle your deck. Yeah, the field, just straight up.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, turn 1 or turn 2, your Kaguya's Moonbeam for the Power Medicine.
Yeah.
So that way you get to be able to get a free stone when you Judgment.
Yeah.
And you just, whatever you need. I'm going to go get this.
Because X can be 0, so X plus 1 is the Power Medicine.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Next one we got is Swirling Demon Dimension. It's one of my other favorite cards. Just 3 mana, get out of my game.
Just get out of there. Done.
That's what it does.
Next one, Spider's Web, 1 black, quick cast. And what does this exactly do here?
Mostly, I'm going to use it to get a creature back from the graveyard. It's a quick cast. You can get a dude back from the yard. Target creature gets -6, -3.
It's not too bad.
And the final ability is you make something attack this turn.
Nice.
I don't ever really use that one, but I'm assuming sometime I'm going to make something attack when I want it to.
Exactly. Especially with Blinky Dragon, be like, that dude's going to attack this turn.
Yeah. Alright, and now that we've done the main board, we're going to go into the sideboard for a little bit. It's singleton as well because you have to play singleton, so you may as well just have your sideboard as singleton so you get the best value out of it. First off, I got the Truth Among Darkness. It is a remnant spell, and it's there for control. Look at target player's hand, choose a card, they remove it from the game.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's remnant. Pay it again. Let's do it again. Next up is Heavenly Gust, because, well, it destroys additions. So if you're playing against a Kaguya or against an AU, you just kill all your additions. Next up is Pristia, man.
Yeah.
She homegirl. She big, and she in the game.
She goes rawr.
Yeah. 5 mana, 10/10. When she comes into play or attacks, destroy target resonator your opponent controls with attack less than hers. Put counters on her.
Done.
If she doesn't get answered the turn she comes into play, you're probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Because she ends the game really hard.
She quickly gets rid of 2 dudes.
Yeah. Next up is Helsing, and she's there to remove a black resonator from the game.
Yeah.
And she gets prevented damage from black resonators. So
Heck
just don't touch me. Don't touch me, Abdul. None of that. Next up is Zero, the blade. She's the 2 mana quick cast 0 with she's 6/6, and she's there to counter the AU deck that you play against. Because she says players can only draw 1 card a turn. So yes, it slows you down, but you're gonna stop drawing extra cards.
Yeah.
And your resonators can't be bounced to your hand. I mean, it's not really a huge deal, but
for a quick cast, to second turn, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Early game, you're just like, I'm going to jam this so you don't get to draw cards. That's the main reason you do it, because most of the other AU decks are going to have a lot of cantrips and a lot of just draw lots of cards. Draw power is what is really good.
Sounds good. Just more addition on that, like, if you win the first game, they maybe choose to go first, and that slows them down going first.
Yeah. Next card I wasn't too sure about. I just put it in here to see what it'll do, but it's the Floating Isle. It's 3 mana quick cast. Each player can play 1 spell, 1 card a turn. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. We're gonna have to find out. But don't hold me to it since I used it. But it's just I'm gonna see what it does.
It sounds pretty silly.
Yeah. Next up is Lightning Strike. It's for the aggro matches. 1 mana quick cast, deal 5 to a creature or J, or 5 to an opponent. So I mean, it's just to kill a little dude.
Yeah.
Next I got Schrodinger's Observation. This card kills me in this deck because it's just... I literally searched for it against my roommate and shot him for 37. I was like, you're going to lose 36 life. And he didn't have a counter spell, so he was just like, I guess.
You're like, okay,
cool.
Done. Next game.
Yeah. Schrodinger's can hit either a creature or a player. And the next card is Fiendfire. It's the same idea. It's either shoot something for 2 or shoot a creature or a player for 2.
Nice. Just get
200
it for that
times
aggro.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah, and both of those gain you life. So I mean, they're really good against the aggro matches. even if you only X for like 2, it's still life you gain.
It's still the buff right there.
Yeah. And the next X spell I have is Valentina's Reach, and it's for the control matches.
Okay.
It's a blue, black, and X. You either draw X cards or they discard X cards.
Which is very powerful.
Either way, it's going to be good. Oh, you have 3 cards? Get rid of them all.
Yeah. And Enforce the Will, there are always something good in their hands, so.
Yeah. Next up is one of my favorite cards. People hate me for it all the time, but it's Magic Rebound. 2 mana quick cast. Change the target spell. Draw a card. No.
Yeah.
Next up is Release. So with AU's God's Art, it removes all those cards, and Release lets you get them back. Get you one of those cards back, and you draw an extra card.
Nice.
And it goes real well with the other card, Rizard, in the board, because Rizard it's there to remove the things you don't want them to have.
Yeah.
But as you were told earlier in one of our 0 decks, you can use it as a tutor effect, really.
Yeah.
Remove this thing, bring that thing back.
Nice.
And the last 2 that I have is a Gale Force, which is quick cast, destroy target due to flying, and Digestion, which is destroy target wind resonator. Both of them quick cast, both of them just kill targeted specific dude.
Nice.
And right now green is running rampant, so I mean Digestion is going to be one of the best sideboard cards made right now.
It does seem like the most powerful, especially has counters in it, which is silly.
And that is it for the sideboard.
With that, we'll jump into the stones here. And it looks like the most important stone we have is Possession Stone. Produces blue, cool, whatever. But then it can produce any other color if you use your J-Ruler, which it's going to happen. So hopefully you're lucky enough to get this turn 1.
Yeah.
For the rest of your deck. The next one is Star Fragment. Like you said, not quite sure if you want to run 1 less of this card. But produces any color. Spin this only if you play Resonator with 2 or more attributes. There are some multicolor, but a lot of your spells are just monocolor.
I may drop that down to another different dual stone. I'm not sure yet, but we'll find out in testing.
Nice. Speaking of dual stones, we have the Magic Stone of Black Silence, which is a cool name. Produces green or black.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. The next one, Magic Stone of the Ebon Home. Fire red or black, fire, moon. This card enters the battlefield. Remove the top card of the opponent's deck from the game. Which, as we talked about, it's always something.
Yeah, it's so strong.
Yeah. Which is pretty cute just for a stone to do. The next one, Kaguya's Stone of Sorrow. Blue or green. Produce. And when this card is in the field, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. Which is really nice. Especially since you have a lot of search abilities already. This just helps you out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Time Altering Magic Stone. Produces blue, which is what you mainly need so that's super good. Banish this card, shuffle up to 3 target non-magic stone cards from your graveyards into the owner's deck. So, looks like you can target your opponent just in case.
Yeah, if you need to get something out of their way that you don't want them to have back, you can be like, no, get out.
Yeah.
But most of the time you're going to use that on yourself if you have to get Resonate, or to get Souls back.
Yeah.
Or to get whatever spell you need back. Because, I mean, you only have one of a spell, so all your spells matter.
Yeah.
No matter how good or how bad that spell is, it still matters because you get it once.
Yeah, exactly.
And with that, it allows you to have it at least twice.
And you have so many search abilities that you can just throw that in there.
So you're just like, I'm going to play Kaguya's Moonbeam like 3 times because I can. It's just what you need to do sometimes.
Exactly. You can put that in your deck, and then go God's Art for the Kaguyas to search something out. Make sure.
It's all kinds of silliness.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
But with that is my version of AU. We're going to see what happens this Sunday. I'll let y'all know next week. But that's it for Kevin's Kreations and the Highlander deck.
Thank you again for trudging along with us for all the 41 cards altogether in the main deck. Again, my name is William Kruger.
And I'm Kevin McLeod.
And hopefully you enjoyed your stay here.
Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and keep up to date with our future content.
And please join us on our social media and check us out on Twitch.